Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome to the first storyline expansion for Control. If you are not familiar with this game, if you don't know what this is, if you don't know why we're starting the series on a continue game button here, there's a link in the description below to my original series on Control. It's very, very good, but if you start here, you're going to be confused. I have not launched the game in months. I figured I should just capture the whole experience for posterity. So let's get in here and find out what lurks in the Foundation. I did that whole thing, didn't really think, oh yeah, there's going to be a loading screen too, and you're going to have to vamp some more. That's my bad. You'd think at some point I would learn how to do this job. Okay, apparently I was hanging out here in a janitor's outfit the last time I played. I mean, that seems right. We are the assistant janitor, after all. Okay, go to the hotline chamber. Well, I guess I'm already standing on a fast travel point. Why am I running? Let's just jump out to... Huh. This is a current marker, not an objective marker. This is where I am right now. Where's the... Here we go. Yeah, just take me to Central Executive. We'll figure it out from there. Right? Well, the mailroom's near the director's office. No, just take me to Central Executive. So that we can see the loading screen again. Listen, we all love it. It's a very good loading screen. Polaris, you're a good friend. Probably. I guess I don't really still fundamentally understand your nature. Polaris, you're a potentially terrifying, but mostly pretty good friend. So I really enjoyed Control, and I've been waiting very eagerly for there to be more of it. There is at least one more storyline expansion to come in the near future. I guess in the future. I don't know how near it is. Oh, hello.
Clean out every last hiss with one thorough sweep, room by room.
Okay, I have no idea what that is. We're gonna stick to our current mission objective here. But I'm real curious about what it is I just picked up. Okay, Central Executive is... Central Executive is close to the director's office. Okay, we want to go forward, and it's a weird amount of trash talking for the previous director all of a sudden. This is the right way. I remember this place. Kinda, sort of. Wait, am I going the wrong... I'm going the wrong way. Do you see that? I remembered, though. I remember that I was going the wrong way. This isn't the... This is the director's office. This is not the hotline chamber. The hotline chamber is a different... Okay. Hotline chamber is accessed through the director's office. That's right. The wall opened up. At some point, we opened that thing that I thought was a painting. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. There's a chance that this is going to be a little bit of a mess, gameplay-wise, for the first encounter or two, as I remember how the controls work.
Even if it was a dream, I feel Darling reached out to me through the hotline.
I'm gonna maybe turn... I'm gonna maybe turn the game audio up real quick here. Sorry, because I didn't want to actually load into the game, I couldn't test the audio levels. Okay, let's try it there. Oh no, not an uh-oh.
Problem in the Foundation. That was Auti's vacation spot.
Yes, thank you, I remember. I get it. They gotta do a little bit of a last time on Control here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have a terrible memory. Stuff just slides out of my head instantly. Sometimes before I have even learned it the first time, I've already forgotten it. But I remember this game really well, very clearly, which I think is a testament to how much I enjoyed it, or maybe a testament to how my brain is very weird and selective about the things that it retains. Alright, to the control point. Oh, we should probably look at the ability menu. I believe some stuff changed. Let's have a look. Okay, so we have a bunch of currency. Shield Rush. While holding shield, use evade to rush at enemies and knock them back. Oh, that's cool. I didn't really use shield all that much in the main game. I just don't think it's phenomenal, so maybe this is a good reason to pick that up. Looks like all this stuff is pretty similar, actually. Alright, well, I'm curious about Shield Rush. Do we have... I have 2 ability points. Well, alright, we'll pick up the bonus to shield strength that we need to get to Shield Rush, and then we'll see about actually grabbing that. Okay, to the Foundation. How do we... So the restricted area, I guess I do... Apparently I was actually kind of in the right spot. That's right, there is a big mysterious door in the Blackrock Quarry, isn't there? I know I just said, I remember the game super clearly. I do not remember whether we ever got through that door or not. Well, it looks like, from the objective marker, we're going through it now. Provided that I can read the map, and that I have correctly understood the objective marker. Right, because that's where they want me to go. I mean, yeah, that's where the big yellow thing is. So is the quarry still full of... Yep. Still full of terrifying, other dimensional... Okay, well, we're going to stay up here. Where's that? Oh, okay, there's a huge piece of construction equipment behind me. I was like, how is there just a hook hanging from the sky? Why, it's like the 3rd best They Might Be Giants song in here. Okay, I can fly. I remember that. How do I... Nope, that's not what I wanted. I was trying to figure out how I dash. There's definitely a dash. Aha! Okay, I remember how the video game works. Oh, a bunch of hiss dudes. Sorry, we're not interested. Oh yeah, we totally went through here. This is how we got down to the Foundation last time. Am I? Okay, I'm just floating right now. Kind of a Wile E. Coyote sort of moment. I mean, I can survive an awfully long fall. So I could just... Then we drop, and then we stop again. Probably the elevator should have... Maybe I... Well, whatever. We could probably have called the elevator. I bet there was a button up there. Because this is how we got down into the Foundation last time. Is that... Do I need to hit a button for this? I probably need to hit the button. This button. Nope, can't... That's not a button. It looks like a button, but it's not interactable like a button. Well, I could just try to... No, there's no way you can fly across, right? It's... Wait, maybe that thing is coming closer? Yeah, it totally is. Look at the cables moving. It's just real slow. Well, you know, Adi's got a lot on his mind. He's a very busy, whatever he is. Finnish world demon. I'm just saying, if I was having trouble in the Foundation, I might have sent the car back already so that, you know, somebody could come and help me immediately. Well, listen, he's the boss. Who are we to question him? Scintillating content. Look at all of the hashtag content you are receiving right now. Okay, and now we get to go the whole way back at approximately the same speed. Sorry, this is just, it's giving us a moment to really get back in the tone, really steepen it for a second here. Just kind of let it seep into you at the joints. I'm apparently finding myself immediately back in that creepy headspace. And here we are, in nowhere. God, I actually really love this area. I would love to be in the area because I love it so much. I'm tempted to just jump and try to fly over there, but if for some reason it doesn't work, I don't want to have to take the tram ride again. And, you know, sometimes developers do a thing like this to mask loading. Like, to make the area seem larger and more expansive rather than put a load screen in the middle of it. They do this thing. But the speed of this tram's movement is definitely not just to mask a load. It's also like this on purpose. They're creating this effect intentionally. God. And I kind of love it, to be perfectly honest with you. It's uncomfortable to have to commentate through, but I can feel it deep in my soul already. Okay, we're above the ground. I'm gonna disengage from the thing. I did almost immediately fall. Alright, here's a question. Now what? I found...
Quiet. Trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ati.
So there is a big tree drawn on one of these concrete blocks. I don't think I have a flashlight, but it feels like I should have a flashlight. Don't you think? Don't you think the director of the Bureau of Control could probably, like, we could allocate some Bureau resources and get me a flashlight? Is this the tree?
Etching is the door. Okay, let's try opening it.
Was this... Hold on. Did I have this fast travel? Could I just have... Was there a fast travel? Okay, well... Listen, we rode the tram because we wanted to get the effect of re-entering the Foundation. I probably could have just fast traveled here the whole time. But it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That's what people always say to you when they have slowed you down in some way. And so that's what I'm doing now to you here. Oh, I love the title treatments.
The board said this was an emergency.
No time for sightseeing, she says, in the incredibly preternaturally dark cave. Well, I don't have time to look around and enjoy all of the things I can't see here. Look at me remembering how the game works. Oh, I almost killed myself with a stalactite. So that's a thing to be careful of. Research Site Gamma. Research Site Gamma. Is that a thing we heard mentioned? Boy, these stalagmites have a real sort of, I don't know, a person kind of shaped suggestion. Rock. Are you just rock? Okay, be real careful. This whole cave system is not good. I hear movement. I hear movement. I do not like it.
Crystals are kind of pretty.
Is that what we're thinking right now?
Field day down here.
Yeah, I just love how pretty everything is. That's my first concern.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. But no one does. How did we miss it? Northmore. Acting director Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something like this, and we find it 1 week after he's buried. He always hated irony. Of course, Father, the great director, Ash, would have been the first man in. And look at me, his bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs from shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
And also, I have all this exposition to deliver. There's a little bit of clumsiness here and there with it's like, and now I will introduce the characters, and now I will explain my relationship to the storyline as you understand it. Also, I gotta say, Director Trench was very fond of saying that a director's real duty is to keep the lights on, and I feel like maybe Northmore and Ash have both been failing terribly in that duty, because it is dark as hell down here. They should all be ashamed of themselves. Oh.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless
Yeah, that's interesting.
she's dead.
I only heard of the Foundation when I became head of operations. The very bottom of the oldest house. Director access only. Just the name alone is classified. Zachariah gave me a tour the day I was promoted. Said I should see it for myself, to understand. After that, I snuck down on my own from time to time to keep tabs on the place. And
That's something we knew about her previously, I believe.
nothing ever changed down there. Not even the walls. It's solid, permanent. different from the rest of the house. Of course, they were always watching me. I never stayed long. I'm not stupid. I have to stop the hiss from finding this place. I'm the only one who can.
Okay, that's interesting.
Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Oh, I pressed the jump button one too many times there and stopped my hover. I'm remembering how the controls work. And then we... How do I... Okay, that's right. How do I do that? There we go. Just figuring it all out, you know. Sometimes you ever have that thing where you wake up and you gotta just, like, remember how your own body works? You just try all the buttons. Well, that's not great. Cave leeches? Oh, not exactly.
Hiss found their way down here too, huh?
Oh, how I gone? How I gone? There's definitely a gun in this game. You can absolutely use a weapon. How do I gun? Can I look at my... I think I can only access the weapon selection menu at the control points, is that right? Oh, I don't like that. Okay, bad. Is that wasn't mold, was it? How do I... did I forget to bring my gun down here? Listen, it's fine. I have psychic powers. I'll just use those until I figure out how the hell I gun. Hold on. Was there a button you had to press to... Yeah, see, this is what I thought. Aim, shoot. Switch weapon. Switch weapon. What happens when I switch weapon? Nothing happens when I switch weapon. I sure don't seem to have my gun. Okay, it's fine. I don't need my gun. I have stalactites. We'll just explore the foundation a little bit. Well, if we were supposed to keep the hiss out of the foundation, I think we failed. This is probably the critical path, right? This is like the way forward. Let's go back and see what was down that other branch. You know, it's a video game. Why go forward when you don't have to? When you could instead find a secret with a very small amount of currency in it or something. Ooh. Well, I mean, that's definitely a box up there. Okay. We're just gonna do the controls correctly this time. Start with this. Give him one of these, and then... Nope, I can't. It won't let me. It won't let me execute my dash punch upward, unfortunately. I wonder if this is a thing we're going to have to come back to, if we will acquire some kind of ability throughout exploring the foundation that will make that gap crossable. Because upward is still kind of a problem for us. We have a lot of mobility, but not so much upward. Just gonna, real quick. If we can get one of them low without killing him, we can seize him. Nope, that's not working. I'm gonna need my gun. God. Alright. Let's take a second here. Yeah, we do damage in very inconvenient amounts. It's hard to get them low enough to take them over without the gun, which is how I would traditionally do that. Okay, it's fine. Hurling rocks to people is good. Okay, and here's a control point, and now we can maybe try to figure out what the hell I did to my gun. I wonder if it just, like, something about the systems changed and it just unequipped my weapon astral constructs. Tell me about my weapon forms. Okay, I should have Shatter and Pierce. That makes sense to me. Oh, no, sorry, this is my upgrade menu. Where's my currently equipped menu? Well, you know, I do like the Shatter. We don't quite have enough source to upgrade both of them. Let's upgrade Shatter while we're here. Okay, in fact, we were able to upgrade Shatter twice. And then, we don't want to construct mods. Aha! Upgrading my gun gave me my gun back. But it looks like I still only have... When I hit weapon switch, it's not doing anything. Well, I mean, I may be experiencing a weird bug. That's not what I'm trying to do. Sorry, let me step off of this. Yeah, pressing F is not switching my weapon modes. How do you access the menu that let you do that before? Also, C is ground slam, Q is shield, E is launch. Okay, that's important. I did not remember how to activate the shield, although apparently it's on one of my mouse buttons too. Open loadout with G. Aha, there we go. Yep, it just had, for some reason, completely unequipped my stuff. Well, I had been using the pistol quite a lot, and I like it. But let's go spin here, and also all of my mods got unequipped. I have no idea why. Launch energy costs down. I love to launch. Can I tell you, I'm very proud of myself for making it this far with none of my stuff equipped. Evade energy costs down is not bad. Just like, yeah, raw energy up. Just give me all the energy. And we'll figure it out later. And then seize speed, because I use seize a ton. Okay, and we gotta throw some mods on this weapon. Ammo cost lowered while levitating. Oh, I used to use the grenade launcher a lot. That's right. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try going spin shatter for right now, since I just upgraded the shatter. You know, why not? What else do we want on the spin here? So this is like it's like an assault rifle sort of. It's a little bit more like a minigun, I guess. Ammo cost down. Well, okay. Accuracy seems important. Is that the best accuracy mod I have? Looks like it is. And then also rate of fire up. Ooh, energy gained from headshots. Headshot damage. Oops, I should probably... If we're going to put on a thing for headshot damage, we should definitely still have the accuracy thing. And then with the shatter, let's go damage. Raw damage up, obviously. Projectile spread down? Maybe. There you go. More projectiles fired. That's a little bit like projectile spread down, except a little bit more exciting. And ammo cost per shot down, so more shots before you have to back off and reload seems pretty okay. I'll take it. Okay. So we're going to run around with this one out, because this is the one that I might... if we get into a situation where I need to panic and shoot real quick, it's probably because there's stuff real close to me. Okay. I am remembering how the game works. Welcome, everyone. It's been 23 minutes. Now we're playing Control. Black rock prisms are unique formations of black rock, distinct in both their shape and potency. While the density of black rock dampens paranatural forces, the unique something structure of prisms retains frequencies in a range, with perfect, beautiful harmonization. This report analyzes the results of focusing something through a harmonized prism, methods for imprinting of non-physical fields onto imbuing them with the properties of the harmonized resonance. What does that mean? What does any of that mean? I mean, obviously it'd be a little bit more straightforward if the words weren't all redacted. Is that rock floating? That rock's floating. That's not the... Why am I acting like that's weird? I levitate things all the time. I never stop levitating things. Hell, I might be the reason that rock's floating. Who knows? Did that guy just do a cartwheel? Did y'all see that dude in the distance do a cartwheel? What are you doing? Ah! Do they have golf clubs? Is that what I'm seeing? Give me that. Okay, so they're very fast. You. Welcome to Team Jesse. Yeah, get him. These guys have a real, like, maybe this is just because I watched Mad Max Fury Road again recently. These guys have a real war boy aesthetic going on. Oh, God. Shield. Okay. Alright. Everything's fine. Didn't need to shield. Let's just get rid of that. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Yeah, they're just mining tools. Okay, that was unexpected. Can I tell you? The cartwheel might seem a little bit silly, but I would have been far less intimidated in that encounter if it hadn't started with a dude doing a weird, like, aerial flip thing. A shifting fragment. Is that a new... That is a new conceptual material. Alright, new currencies for new things. No, I want the relocation order. Here we go. Tom, you missed the good news. I'm sure the official memo will go out soon, but Northmore called an all-hands at the crossroads to announce we're finally moving out of this hellhole and up into the house proper. Bureau Brass apparently solved the moving walls problem, or at least figured out a way to pinpoint where and when they happen. All I know is going up means goodbye darkness, goodbye weird lunches with that ex-Nazi scientist, and goodbye pissing into the pit. I know that was you, Barry. Northmore's ordering the Foundation sealed as soon as we can haul our stuff out and somehow convince Ash to come up with us. He's the only one kicking up a fuss. This is long overdue. We've lost 11 men and damn near $10,000 in supplies moving between the entrance and the Foundation. And for what? Research? Ash is batty if he thinks we want to stay here and sift through more sand for him. It's just rusted iron flakes anyway. Did you know that? We were breathing that shit in. Also, apparently we can zoom in on the documents now, which I guess is good, you know, people who have bad eyesight or whatever. That's a nice accessibility touch. Okay. So for some period of time, am I supposed to take from that the entire Bureau was operating just out of the Foundation? I guess I don't really understand the pre-Northmore parts of the Bureau timeline very well. I feel like I have a good grasp of Northmore. Oh, thank you, tooltip there. I would never have known to beware of the dangerous toxic geysers if you hadn't told me. Can I just go over here? No, she won't. She doesn't want to climb up on that. How about over here? There we go. Yeah, I feel like I know pretty well like what happened toward the end of Northmore's reign, although I don't know what happened to him. He just like mysteriously disappeared, right? Oh, actually, we want to go this way. And then, of course, we know a lot about what happened while Trench was in charge. I guess this is about the, Still don't know how to deal with that. This is about the foundations of the Bureau in more than one way, huh? What am I doing? This is not... Wait, is this... What I'm supposed to be doing is going... this way? Ah, there's a door down there that I just completely missed. I was so focused on going up, I never thought about going forward. Mr. Wilder, I have some bad news. You remember that Robert Ricardo fellow we brought in as a special consultant to map the lower caves? Well, today he found a chamber with weird eyes covering every inch of the walls and a strange black pillar in the center. Kinda looks like the one at the crossroads, but smaller. We had a Bureau member shadowing him, but whatever happened in there did a number on our guest. The docs are taking a look, but it's pretty clear Mr. Adventure's exploring days are over. Now, I know we were careful to limit this guy's exposure to the non-ordinary. Drugging him and carrying him through the upper floor was a real hoot, by the way. But we really need to reevaluate our policies on external contractors. Honestly, we'd be better off forming a special division trained in repelling and orienteering than subjecting more outsiders to the shit we deal with. And they almost always end up dead or loony. And that is exactly what they ended up doing, right? That's sort of what Marshall was in charge of. I guess Marshall was in charge of the whole of the security apparatus, but levitation ammo. Oh, that's right. There's all this weapon mod management that you have to do. Open the thing, go to the weapon mods, and deconstruct all the weapon mods that have 2s on them. 'Cause who would ever use a 2, I ask you? Why would anyone do such a thing? Like I said, I remember the game very clearly.
The astral plane
Oh.
is cutting into our dimension.
I just,
What's
yeah.
on the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau.
Well, I mean, it's kind of pretty to look at, but most people can't fly, so yeah, it might be a problem. This may be a good opportunity to... Okay, shield, nope, shield, and fly, and body slam, and wish that I had not done that immediately. I don't exactly remember how to be good at the combat, apparently. I remember there was a lot of shielding and body slamming. That part I'm totally clear on. Maybe I should have thrown some more objects at those guys before running over there. Just alternate between shooting our magic gun at them and lots and lots of rock throwing. There we go. That's how you fall gently. It's all coming back to me. It's a little bit of a run back from the control point to the astral plane. Probably it would be a good idea for me not to die. Also, there might have been a faster point that I just didn't... I missed a thing or two here so far, you know? It makes a certain sort of metaphorical sense, right? For the foundation to be the only part of the building that doesn't shift. If anything's going to be solid. It is, like, I wonder, she assumes that the astral plane is cutting into our dimension, but I wonder if it's just always been like that? If the house is sort of built on top of the astral plane? You know, Jessie makes a lot of assumptions, is my point. And she's not always right about stuff. So we shouldn't... The fact that she says it doesn't mean we should necessarily believe that it's true. Wow, good shooting. This thing does have some long-range accuracy issues. Just gonna engage in a little bit of cowardice. It's not Doom. I should not play it like Doom. This is a game where you sometimes have to be careful. Okay, now I think we can go. Oh, he also has a shield. Was that a good idea? I don't know. Oh, that's my face. How dare you? This is my thing. Alright, you're much more effective at dispelling shields by throwing stuff at them than by shooting at them. I remember that. Okay, got that guy down. Let's get some health elements. Give me a rock. There you go. That's how you do that. Okay, so... I feel like every time we've been in the astral plane before this, it's sort of been like the board taking us on a guided tour, right? At least that was kind of my impression. We were being shown what it felt we needed to be shown. If we're just encountering the wild astral now, basically with no guide, that is actually a little bit concerning.
I could really use my head of research right about now.
And Polaris is like, hey, what about me? I'm still here. Don't you care about me at all?
Marshall?
Oh, hey.
You're alive. Wait! It's Jessie! The director!
Well, I do believe we have lost her, and also that probably she was never here in the first place. Or not never here, but certainly not just now.
Whoa. This place is huge. Marshall? Can you hear me? She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem at a time. Let's
I
see
mean,
what's
we
going
don't...
on with that pillar first.
We don't actually have any idea how the hotline works, as far as I'm aware, so... Okay, that control point was much easier to claim. That's kind of wild. It's a natural hole in the cave ceiling, right? but it is absolutely made to look like a fluorescent light. The way they use the environment to sort of like sell the creepiness and tell the story of how the unnatural bleeds into the natural and vice versa in this game is so good. What an incredible job they've done. Alright, let's check out this makeshift building over here. Explosive energy recovery. Sorry, that does what? That's a personal mod. Energy recovery on taking explosive damage. I think I'd rather not plan around taking explosive damage. Okay, apparently none of that's interesting. I'm not going to look at like any of the documents in here. No, Jesse can tell. None of this stuff matters. Hold on, that's a visitor's log. Matthew Kroll, Richard Jennings. Okay, none of this stuff means anything to me. I don't know any of those names. Does seem like that would be significant, though, doesn't it? The visitor's log?
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable, which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of
Oh.
an ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ranted about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me. Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago. This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
Well, I mean, that is how you would lose. Yeah, definitely concerning. Also, it bums me out that we can't pick up this lovely red crowbar. A red crowbar always makes me feel safer. I wonder if there's anything on top of this construction. Nope. Boy, what a creepy space. I really, really love the atmosphere of this game. Alright, Polaris is trying to get my attention. Like, hey, you spent enough time looking around. Advance the plot. No. We got more reading to do. Pillar found in the crossroads is best described as an onyx spike that protrudes from the cave floor like an imposing stalagmite. Despite its aggressive silhouette, the structure has an undeniable allure. Freud would certainly have something to say about the pillar's overly erect nature, but I'm more drawn to Whitmore's essay on dynamic layers, structures within structures, the fractal mirror in every being. Given its significant location, I believe the pillar is either the very heart of the oldest house, or an intrusion within that heart. Or perhaps it's like the husk of a seed, from which the oldest house sprouted. Trottier wrote that great architecture isn't built, it grows. But then, why does the pillar look so different from the rest of this place's concrete walls and rocky caverns? It's easier to see it as an anomaly, a buried artifact, a foreign body, a demonic phallus. I wonder if this pillar is any more welcome here than we are. You know, the reason you're not welcome here might have something to do with your eagerness to type the phrase, the demonic phallus. Just like, why is that the place your head goes immediately? For all my research into the oldest house's ley lines, I still don't understand why they converge here at the base of this pillar. I suppose the simplest reason is that they have to converge somewhere, Occam's razor and all that. But that seems wrong. The esoteric world abhors coincidence. Boy, that's a point of view you could take, I suppose. I might say that the esoteric world is made almost entirely of coincidence, but alright. So, what is the... I mean, listen, this is good character building, right? This tells us a lot about Ash. So, what is the true relationship between this pillar and the ley lines? Does it act as a magnet attracting them? Polar north? Or is the pillar a product of their focused energies? A sprout, nourished by the constant flow of the oldest house's power? Perhaps classifying that power would provide some insight. However, we currently have no means of measuring or quantifying it. Given time, it may become possible to collect and even harness this energy. On that note, Northmore is bringing in the much-lauded Dr. Gustav Wagner from headquarters in DC to aid my research. I suppose this is his way of saying he doesn't trust me to work unsupervised. Let's just hope Dr. Wagner is as smart as his clearly departed Führer once believed him to be. Boy, the lighting sure is different here 2 inches from the nail. So, this is the plot. So the board is in some actual trouble. They, actually need me. Left self or right weapon?
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Why? Why would you think that? I mean... In the moment here, in character, I think I'm very unsettled by the degree to which... Oh yeah, see, that looks cool. So hold on, if we step over here... I'm unsettled by the degree to which... Oh, is this... So use the weapon to break stuff down, or use your own power to build stuff up? Yeah, I'm a little unsettled by the Northmore takes the pistol, becomes the, you know... There's something very, very unnerving about that. Definitely American in its way, but let's maybe try something else. Let's just take the Bureau in a different direction, shall we? Okay. Hey, that's pretty cool. I do feel both honored and handled. So is this one gonna crumble, or... Yeah, okay, we do... Mostly what I was curious about is whether we were going to get a visual indication of whether it was going to crumble or when it was going to crumble, but yeah, it does. It makes a noise, and it does a visual cracking thing. Alright, good to know. I do wonder exactly how the other version of the power works. And also, if there are areas that can only be reached with one or the other. Oh, interesting. Bonus round. There's hiss everywhere. Okay. The four great MacGuffins. Just let him close. Look, I'm paying attention. Okay, this is kind of a cool power. It's quite limited, obviously. Okay, and I can even still be moving forward while I do that. So this gives us a lot of mobility in the areas where they want us to have a lot of mobility. Where am I going now? Probably just up here. Okay, I think we get it.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be
Also,
simple.
Despite being the director, I am not permitted to stand on top of the thing. So reach the base camp. Hold on, do we have an indication of what it looks like down here? Only kind of. Alright, well, I feel like we should go this way, says the map. Wait a minute. Let's have a look at these cave paintings. So that's something. I mean, probably this is just our current situation coloring my perception, but those sure do look like floating hissified people, right? Maybe the hiss has been down here the whole time? And I guess this tells us exactly how we're gonna get across those gaps we saw. I mean, this is an interesting way of designing a power such that it does cool, fun, interesting stuff, but also it doesn't affect the gameplay in the other parts of the oldest house. It's actually location specific. It's not just a thing that you are told in a very rough way, oh, well, you're only allowed to do that while you're down here. It's a thing that is specifically tied to the structure of down here. That's a good design. That's a good union of mechanics and story. I cannot affect that through the cage. Well, how do I... You would think I'd be able to just, like, cut my way through here. It's just chain link fence. Maybe use your super punch. Yeah, that'll do it. Okay, so that'll power something down there. Do I feel confident there's nothing else over here for me to see? Yeah, alright. I gotta say, playing this right after playing Doom Eternal, you feel slow. Jessie feels like she runs slowly. Doom Guy is in a full sprint everywhere he goes all of the time, unless it's a cutscene. It's just a very different sort of feeling. Well, at least they're being generous with the control points. Not gonna have to do a lot of backtracking. But not a lot of physical backtracking. Alright, so... that looks like it might be pretty climbable. Also, hey there, hiss people. You know what? I'm kind of thinking maybe I want to swap the spin back to the grip. The thing is, the grip is so accurate. So, give me an accuracy boost, and now that I have that, probably some headshot stuff, and quicker energy regen from headshots so that I can throw stuff at people more often is probably a good idea. And then reload speed, consecutive kill boost is fine. I'll just take a raw damage increase. It's not exciting, but it's effective. Just thinking we might be operating at ranges where we might need the accuracy. The oldest house has revealed much to me during my months in the Foundation, but many questions remain. Primarily, the tree etchings bewilder me. What is their significance? If the house has changed shape over its lifetime, as I've theorized, Then was a tree its first form? Ah, the oldest squirrel house. I sent a team to the Schwartzman building in search of pre-settlement accounts of Manhattan Island. From those, I discovered a single relevant line. And there I found a tree not known to me, the devil twisted within its bark. That line, taken with the fact that certain American cultures believed some trees would offer wisdom and guidance, is indeed interesting. However, it's hardly firm evidence. And though I am now bound to the oldest house, I remain a man of science. I bet it is frustrating to be a scientist in the oldest house, though. Firm evidence is a thing that's in short supply. Of course, there are numerous ancient beliefs regarding trees. Yggdrasil, the tree of knowledge, Yaximix I'm not... Okay, I don't know what that means. Some cultures offered blood sacrifices to trees, while others claimed trees endowed chosen individuals with inhuman powers. Do New York City's many murders act as a sacrifice for the oldest house? Does the house have a chosen champion? Is it me? You know, human beings murder themselves everywhere. It doesn't necessarily... I'm going to real quick just tab over to Google here, and we're going to look up that phrase. Mix. Well, it's definitely a phrase that, okay, it looks like maybe it's Mayan. A lot of the stuff that's written about it is in Spanish, which I unfortunately cannot read. Okay, interesting. We're learning stuff. I do love to learn this stuff. Hold on a second. Did I have... We had a marker on the hotline thing. Did we have a new hotline call? Rituals. Oh, this is just going to be... Oh no, this is new. That's interesting. That's the first time we've heard... It seems to me that the board is there talking about the idea that human belief and understanding acts as an anchor for the paranormal. And that's... we've seen lots of stuff about that from... or theorizing about that from the scientists of the Bureau. That's the first time we've heard the board confirm it, though. Oh, an eye wash station. Well, let's wash our eyes. My eyes feel filthy. No? Does that not... And only one of them is interactable, huh? We're just gonna... Rule of 3 this real quick. No? Nothing? Well, that's extremely conspicuous. Is this place actually connected? I guess the water pipes come up from underneath, so I can't really tell. Maybe that will come up again later. What is this? On the pyramid and geometry. I've been going through my library researching pyramids and triangles. If that shape does relate to the board, as Northmore says, then perhaps our predecessors in the occult can offer some insight through their geometric knowledge. In esotericism, the triangle is closely associated with the Holy Trinity and other three-part concepts. Past, present, future, mind, body, spirit. Interestingly, the term board also implies multiple parts. Upright triangles in Judeo-Christian imagery indicate ascent into the rational/divine realm. Inverted, it signifies a descent into the corporeal/human. Naturally, the ascent is masculine and the fall is feminine, Adam and Eve. And that's just a bit of old-world patriarchy. It's 1964 now, and we're well past that silliness. Considering the above, what does the inverted triangle tell us about the board? They're clearly not corporeal or human. Perhaps they wish to be, or they once were. The likeliest answer is simply that theological imagery cannot help us define alien entities. That does seem likely. But still, the pyramid seems significant. Shapes have power, and clearly, so does the board. So this is him coming around a little bit on all of this board nonsense, I see. It's a shame that these things are generally not dated. We can only sort of deduce when they come in a temporal relation to one another.
Is this a Bureau ID badge? It looks so old. Hope will definitely want to see this.
We should go back and visit Emily. Just, ask her about the stuff we're seeing down here. Well, I'm assuming my ID badge will... There's more in there. And no, apparently my ID badge will not get me through that little swiper. I do love an explosion. So we're gonna get in a fight in this room, huh? There's a trap thing, and maybe on our way back. So can we enter this? Does this go into that space down there? No, this elevator shaft seems to go quite a bit deeper.
28 days now spent inside what we're calling the oldest house. Northmore insists on the name. I'm too tired to ask why. I'm not sleeping well. Per orders, me and my research team have established a permanent examination lab in the Foundation. I basically live down here now, like the obedient head of research Father raised me to be. I spend my days investigating that odd pillar where Northmore found the handgun. The work was half-hearted at first, I admit. But then I discovered numerous non-Aristotelian energy channels converging at its base. Ley lines, dragon roads, Hyligalinian, call them what you want. But this pillar is the crossroads. I started building something. Equal parts talisman and technology. An array that can impose order on the ley junctions. That's the idea, at least. We'll see when I'm done. I prefer to work away from the pillar. I'm not the only one who feels like that thing has eyes.
You know, nearby at least. I wonder... Well, I'm sure we'll find out. But I was going to say, I wonder what the relationship is between those eyes and the they that Marshall said she knows are watching her. Wait a minute. Launch ammo refund. What was that? Oh, also, energy gain from taking melee damage. Seems like it might actually be useful, given the, Here we go. Ammo recovery on launch kills. Oh, that's interesting. That's exclusive to the grip. So we could set ourselves up a little cycle, right? Where headshots give us energy to do launch, and then launch gives us ammo. But, like, I don't really feel like we spend any time at all out of ammo and out of energy. You know, like, I think our resource cycle is fine. Probably don't need to mess with it too much. Also, I think it's really interesting that he's like, well, Northmore's calling it the oldest house, and he says we should call it that, and I'm just too tired to even think about it. But, like, we've seen in the past that the director definitely has some kind of power of suggestion, or at least it's kind of implied. The director has a sort of power of suggestion over the employees. Like, when we started calling the Force the Hiss, every person we spoke to was immediately like, oh, the Hiss, that's a great idea. We should absolutely call it that. And at the time, it just seemed like, okay, they agree. They think it's a cool name. But now I wonder.
Weird place to leave an ID card, but okay.
Why am I collecting ID cards? So that elevator's got to be the critical path, right? This just takes us back to the crossroads? Okay. Well, good to have the doors unlocked. This is just a shortcut? Or not just a shortcut. Also a place where you could shoot a guy. Can't seem to actually get... Damn it. It seems like you should be able to move through here, right? But I think I'm getting invisible walled. Yeah. That's weird. Why is there a one-way door in an area that you can't actually access from the other side? There's so many shortcuts in the game that are like that, right? That you just have to open them from the one side and then you can use them both ways, but Huh. Well, this is not worth stressing about. It's just weird. You know, unlike everything else that's going on here, which is totally normal. Wow. Okay, elevator. Let's play until we get to the next control point, and then we'll call it there. And I know I'm walking away from a control point right now, but I'm absolutely just trying to give myself a little bit more time with the thing. Wait a minute, can I get on the other side? Okay, there we go. That caused it to open. I was going to say, this is clearly a thing we need to interact with. So what did I just power? I actually have no idea. There's like stuff coming off the... Are those sparks? That's a very chunky spark. Did me powering that change anything down here? Maybe the eye wash station would actually work now. I don't know, whatever. Let's go down in the elevator, I suppose. Why not go deeper into the terrifying foundations? I'm already in. I'm there already. We're going up. We're going up the huge tower, which is also equally terrifying in this place. Maybe more terrifying, because also I can fall now. Oh, interesting. Are any of these batteries functional? I wonder if I could go down and pull... Oh no, we got one. Out of the way. There's a way to gently set things down after you grab them. I do not remember what it is. I thought maybe we were going to have to go down and grab the other battery. Okay, so all the batteries are doing here is powering the elevator, huh? Well, there is a second functional one, and it doesn't look like there's an obvious place to plug it in. We'll just take it with us. This would probably be a pretty good time for me to figure out how to gently put things down. Especially since I apparently, it's F. It's F! Okay. Oh, wait, there's a thing... Okay. It's an elevator. You know, the great thing about elevators is they're two-way. We'll just go back down and read the thing in a second. You know how I love to spend video time just slowly enjoying modes of transit. We'll ride the elevator a couple of times. We'll end the episode by going back to the tram. Because if there's one thing the oldest house is, it's a calming, soothing experience. Power cores. After numerous attempts, I've finally found a way to intercept and contain the ambient energy of the ley lines in a kind of non-Aristotelian battery I've dubbed the power core. I admit it was difficult capturing an energy I can barely measure, much less interact with. Luckily, it seems that the porous stone of the Foundation's caverns possesses such conductive qualities. Using stone flakes and copper wire, my power cores collect significant power. My early prototypes collected too much, in fact, but I've since reinforced the container. I bet that was an unpleasant failure. We don't yet know the repercussions of tapping into this power field. As a precaution, these devices should not be taken outside of the house. Ideally, the Bureau should no longer need to rely on typical energy sources. It's my greatest feat of engineering yet. Yeah, I've always had an interest in invention. I like the creativity that it allowed, set within the firm boundaries of logic and physics. Father never approved, calling it mundane science. With that in mind, I dedicate this invention to Theodore Ashe Sr. May he scowl in peace. Okay, so a little bit of enhanced understanding of what exactly all these things that affect the Bureau are. Okay, that's just a way to call the elevator back if I somehow got myself stuck in here without the elevator. Like if I pressed the button and then dashed in there to read that thing, which I very nearly did. I wonder if we're actually going to need this extra power core. Well, just in case, you're coming with me. Let's put you down over here and have a look around. There's a barrel. Oh, next to it, a thing. It's really dark in here.
Northmore has ordered an all-hands search for objects similar to the service weapon. He claims there are more in the house, though I don't see how he's so certain. He's been strange lately, talking about joining greater causes, infrequently mentioning the pyramid. After pressing him, he finally described this pyramid to me. Inverted, black, mathematically perfect. Oddly enough, Adam and the other id have shown me numerous inverted triangles painted on the cave walls. Surely there's a connection, but I don't see it yet. As far as occult symbols go, triangles are by no means rare. Flood, Levi, Kroll, they used that shape like it was going out of fashion. Standing on their base, triangles signify stability and strength. Inverted on their points, they represent conflict and stagnation. Of course, the orientation is just a matter of perspective. Looking at the pyramid from below gives you one, from above, another. Northmore says he looks up at the inverted pyramid. I have to wonder, is anyone standing over it, looking down?
Adam and the other id, he said. I wonder if we're going to get a little bit more education about his research team that will make those names more significant to us. Oh, yeah. Okay, I do not care for that. I have a pretty serious vertigo, real-life vertigo, and some video game spaces do set it off and some don't. I have no idea why that is the case. This particular gap is actually like very real-world upsetting to me. It tends to be really bad in space games. Can I grab my battery from here? Nope. Okay. That's right. If you press the float button after the apex of your jump, you just float downward. Right. You need to come with us if I'm going to bring you with us. I bet we don't need this. But at this point, I'm committed. Alright, there's nothing else. Nothing else over here. Also, as far as I know, these things do not break when they are thrown, even if you use them to smash enemies up, so, you know, it is a piece of ammunition, too. It's multi-purpose. Ash would be so proud that his power cores were being used to help the Bureau. Oh, just a random control point in the middle of nowhere. Interesting. I wonder if... So we've seen control points using, like, very fancy Bureau-designed control point devices, and then we've seen them made out of stacks of janitorial supplies that merely look like the control point devices. I had assumed that the control points as they were something constructed by the Bureau, but I wonder if this is telling us that actually the Bureau's devices were also mimicking natural shapes that they found, and that the control points are more of a natural phenomenon than I had been understanding. Well, if we save and stop now, I'm definitely going to lose my power brick, so we're just going to push on a little bit more. I definitely am not just using this as an experience, as an excuse to keep playing Control. I mean, if it's not usable, if it's not necessary in this room, it probably won't be necessary anywhere, right? There's no way they would expect you to Half-Life 2 gnome in the car this thing all the way through the entire Foundation. Some guys do not like to... Some guys are very good at not getting shot. Some guys are very good at not getting hit by flung stuff. Nope. Get low. There we go. Trying to get him low enough to seize him. Okay, that's a problem. See, if the gun's accurate, it can make up for some of my natural inaccuracy. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's gonna blow up when I throw it, so I want to, like, kind of get away from that dude a little bit. This is the kind of situation where you really ought to swap to the shatter. Alright, you. This is the kind of situation where you really ought to get your shield up. Go on, throw him. What do you got? Nothing, that's what you got. Ow. Okay, well, something. Something, in fact, is what he got. Yeah, sure, this'll work. Ow. I thought... You know, a lot of the enemies stop being threatening to you while you are in the process of seizing them, so I thought maybe if I was seizing him, he would not hurl that thing directly into my face at high speed. Oh! Hey, that's unsettling. So now we... Hey, it's us! The person Ash was talking about looking down on the astral plane, seeing the pyramid from above. It turns out it's Jesse Faden in the next room. I will grab this and then... Yeah, it looks like we don't need that secondary power box. It's just either side you went to, you would have found a power brick for the elevator. Well, fine. Fine, I guess. We'll just interact with this one more time to re-checkpoint. And I guess that can be where we leave it for right now. I am so glad to be back in the oldest house. One of my favorite character traits about Jessie is how not reluctant of a hero she is. She gets into the stuff and she's immediately like, I am so happy to be here. I am having such a good time, you guys. And I feel that very same way when I am here. The plan for the series is to release a new episode every weekday, but there is going to be one extra episode later today, just because this is starting so close to the weekend. I want to get a little bit of stuff out before we take a short break. So, come back next time, later today, for a little bit more exploration of the Foundation. And we'll see you then.